Welcome to Fear Babes Podcast, a paranormal podcast founded and hosted by Fear fan members.
All thoughts and opinions are strictly our own, and we are not affiliated with any shows in any way.
My name is Burgundy.
My name is Madeline.
And we are
the Fear Babes.
Welcome back to Fear Babes Podcast. Yeah. Mads and I both, just bear with us, okay? We both are having a rough go of it, okay? Neither of us feel well. It was the first time I've ever wanted to call out of work for this, but I can't. I'm committed to y'all, so.
Same. I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, fuck, I don't feel good. Like, I'm so just, like, tired, and I don't feel like myself. So bear with me.
Literally, it's not that I don't want to record the podcast. It's just I don't feel good. I don't want to get out of my bed. I don't want to fucking move. I just want to stay put and not talk to nobody except Diesel.
Yeah. And just lay around.
I don't want to talk to you, Mads, but I'm just like, I was like literally 20 minutes ago. I was like, I don't want to move.
No, I do not take offense to that at all, because like I dead ass was just laying here. Do you know that meme? It's like a Renaissance painting and the chick is just kind of like, ugh, like laying there. I don't know, there's a lot like that, but she's like clearly grumpy and not herself, really. I don't know if she's dead or what the fuck, but that's how I feel right now. I'm gonna try to find it.
I felt that.
Oh my god.
It's also too,
that shit's
like,
hilarious.
I was like trying to think of any way possible. I'm like, okay, we have a guest coming on in an hour. I'm like, how do we do this without doing this?
Yeah, I was thinking. I was trying to think of the same thing.
I'm like, can my voice just go by itself to the podcast, and I'll stay in bed? Can we make that a thing?
Yeah,
I thought you muted for a second.
Oh no, sorry. I'm like laser focused on trying to find this fucking Renaissance woman.
Oh, good. I'm like, I guess I could go lay in bed and just put the microphone like next to me.
There she is.
Like, what up?
There she fucking is. She has to be dying.
Send it to me. Let's all wait for my phone to buzz. And I'm gonna put it closer so we can all hear it go off.
Don't read the words. It's just the picture.
What? Now I'm going to read the words because you told me not to.
Okay. That's what I feel like right now.
Her and I have the same skin tone.
You know what's funny as fuck is that, like, I wonder sometimes, like, well, I'm definitely brain dead, but sometimes I wonder.
Oh no, sorry, I said gray and dead, like her skin tone.
Oh, I thought you said brain dead.
No, like me. Anyways, sorry. Sometimes you wonder.
Oh, this is how it's gonna go today. So basically, I wonder sometimes about like men's perception of women. Like, do they think that we're hot all the time? Because I can tell you right now, you'd be utterly disgusted with me.
There's no way.
Like,
I mean,
there's no way.
Well, here's the thing. You and I are always hot, but there's definitely like today I'm level 4 hot versus being like level 9 hot most of the time.
Sis, I'm negative 5 hot.
Still hot though. That's all that matters.
I want to die. So, I mean, I feel like I'm dying. I don't want to die, but I feel like I'm dying. Anyway, so,
you know, at least we're finding the energy to do it, right?
Yeah, 100%. At first, it kind of gives me a good, like, little distraction for the moment.
Yeah. Getting in the flow of it.
So, we launched our Patreon.
That was so bored.
On March the 1st.
Yesterday.
So, yeehaw. Isn't that fun?
Hell yeah.
We're just posting our little hearts away with all kinds of stuff that have never seen the light of day. Just anything and everything.
We even gave away some secrets in the extra podcast.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So that was fun. It was really fun. I love doing the After Dark podcast because, for one, we don't have to edit, and if anybody knows me, I hate editing.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work for audio.
We're getting better at it though.
Oh yeah, I can knock it out like in like
So
an
quick.
hour or so if I am really just focused on that. So,
but it's tedious for sure.
It is. And it's just audio. Like, some people are probably out there, like, which I know some people listen, but it's like, they're probably like, imagine what we do.
Hours of footage on multiple cameras. Like, listen, Connor and Dakota, you signed up for that shit, not me, okay? I'm just kidding.
But what's funny, though, is they love it. Like, they enjoy it.
They're good at it. More power to them.
And they're good.
I could never.
No. Yeah, exactly. After just like I edit audio, just like deleting sound waves and making words make sense, I'm like, yeah. No.
I could barely handle like less than 2 hours to 2 hours of audio every fucking week. But okay, but here's the other thing though. They do it at like that's their full-time gig. Like, this isn't our full-time gig.
Yeah.
It's basically a side job. Like, it's a job in and of itself that has, I don't want to say it doesn't have benefits, because it does. And I love doing this, but it's just like, I mean, we don't get paid for this shit, so it's just a lot of work and love put into this, okay? Just please preach. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Just please preach.
I was taking a drink of coffee. I almost fucking choked. Thanks, man.
Oh, you're welcome. Choke a little harder.
No, okay.
Okay.
Later after this. I'll talk to you about it later.
I'll talk to you about it later. Okay. All right.
So anyways,
Jesus.
No, seriously. Mad respect for y'all that edit videos, because I could never. Anyway, moving on. What else, Mads?
So now we are talking about the Hinsdale House episodes. They were fucking wild, let me just say. Like, my notes on these 2 episodes combined, it's so long.
I know. Oh my god.
That's what she said.
I was taking notes on my phone. Ooh. We'll talk about that later too.
Well, we're gonna have a lot to talk about later.
Well, maybe I'll just show you.
Oh my god. Hopefully I start feeling a little bit better.
Oh, you will. No, oh wait, real quick. I wasn't ready to talk about Project Fear though. Fuck those guys. Let's go back to us for a second.
Okay.
Patreon. So it's $5 a month. We're gonna be posting up special merch and shit, but like the main thing really is like the extra podcast and the extra content and like the secret time, some like a little bit more in depth to our travels together and whatnot.
Yeah, because there's so much that we don't talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, we could, but we never do.
Well, I honestly don't really think about it. Like, I don't really have a purpose as to, like, why I would need to bring any of that kind of stuff up, but, like, I don't know. Like, I love the trips that we've taken thus far, and we just kind of, like, get into it. Like, I posted some pictures from DC that we took, because, like...
I saw them.
I saw the
Captain America thing.
Oh my god, yeah, that was awesome. It was a blooper. It wasn't the actual video that you used. But it was so funny because I could not take us seriously because I could see you running in the background,
walking behind you. I know. I was like, this ruins the whole illusion.
Like you stopped to circle. It was like watching like a 2-year-old. Like, you know how 2-year-olds like they're like, watch this, and it looked like that's what you were doing.
Can you watch me for a second? I gotta show you something.
Dude, that reminds me of, like, I have a funny story of my littlest brother, Chandler. He literally He used to have these Lightning McQueen shoes, which when he was born, that's when like cars first came out or whatever. And so like around the time he was like 2-ish. And we bought him these little well, my parents. We LOL. I was like 7. But my
You used all your
parents
birthday money to get him shoes.
I mean, these were fucking fire. They were Lightning McQueen shoes. They were like little Velcro strapped shoes, and they lit up because that was a big thing back in like the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was convinced that because they lit up, that it would make him go faster. So
That's
he would
so
be
cute.
like,
"Oh my gosh!"
He'd be like, "Watch this," and he would just like get a start, and then he'd run, and he'd like spin at the end and be like, "How was that?" And I'd be like, I mean, that was pretty fucking fast. Like, I didn't say it like that, but
Right.
I'd be like, whoa.
7-year-old. You're like, that's pretty fucking fast, bro.
Yeah, and then he'd be like, I can do it even faster. I'm like, there's no way. There's no fucking way. I barely saw you the first time doing it. Like, there's no way you can do it faster. And so it was so cute. That's what kind of reminded me of, because he would like run from one side to the other and then like do like a abrupt turn.
So
and then
cute.
come back. Oh,
Have you
those
seen
were the
all
days.
of those weird TikToks going around now? And it's like, lightning strikes plane twice on takeoff, and this plane's going to take off, and it's like, ka-chow, ka-chow.
Yeah,
Have you seen
dude.
those? That's what that made me think of.
Yes, I saw something. God, I forgot what it was exactly, but it was something like, I've never seen a lightning bolt this close in the sky, and it was just Lightning McQueen going ka-chow,
Ka-chow. It was so funny for no reason at all.
It's hilarious because I mean, like, everybody had a crush on Lightning McQueen, right? So like,
what?
To a meme. Fuck. That's not a lie. Everybody did.
Like his personality. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, duh. Like, and then of course, like, everybody had a fat ass crush on Owen Wilson. So like, say. Duh. So like, duh. You would just, yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Everyone had a crush on Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow.
I had a bunch of crushes on like comedians growing up. Did you? Because like, I sure as the fuck did. Like, Ben Stiller.
Yes.
I thought he was so attractive. Owen Wilson.
It was like,
dude,
a great movie.
I love Night at the Museum. First the fuck of all, that is my inspiration.
Kind of cute though. Yeah,
dude. Okay, so like, side note, but I sent Valentine, and it was of Nicolas Cage, and it said, "You caged my heart." Like, I've always had a fat ass crush on Nicolas Cage. It's hard, like, National Treasure Nicolas Cage. I don't know what it is. Like, it's definitely the characters you're attracted to, and not the people themselves.
Of the characters, yeah,
because it's like if a guy is talking about history, it's like, that's talking dirty to me. Like, he's like, "I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence," and it's like,
harder, do it harder.
It's like, and how are you gonna do that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Walk me through it, Daddy. What?
Whoa! Jail. Federal prison.
Jail. As long as Nick Cage is caged with you, right?
Yeah. As Benjamin Franklin Bates. That's his name, right?
I have no idea.
Wait. I know his name is Benjamin Franklin. Oh, fuck. Now this is going to bother me. Real quick. National Treasure. Oh, Gates. It's Ben Gates. Benjamin Franklin Gates. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, it also makes sense because, like, he's 60 years old now. Fuck. That explains a lot on my end. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled program.
God damn it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the Hinsdale House. It's going to be the first time we talk about Project Fear like the way we used to when we started this podcast. It's been a hot minute since we've done this.
Yeah, because the last time that we talked about Project Fear was obviously the controversy. Wink, wink. There's been some drama going on online about the Hinsdale House, but I don't want to fucking talk about it because I don't know enough. So honestly, I don't fucking care.
Let's just move on from that. I'm over all the drama. Like, who cares?
I'm over it. Like,
I mean, people obviously care, but I'm not gonna look at it. I don't care about it.
Yeah, honestly, I think it'd be better for our space to be just kind of clear of that kind of stuff because I do not like to participate in that stuff at all. So
I don't have the social capacity to even get involved at this point, so I'm just gonna not.
I don't want to like. No, I don't. The Conjuring shit that took enough out of me. I was like, I'm winded. I'm done. Like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So anyway, Hinsdale House.
Yes.
What an episode.
What a location. What a place.
What a place.
What a guy.
What a guy.
So
yeah.
What was your favorite moment from the Hinsdale House?
Favorite moment? Okay. I feel like this is going to be like universally agreed on, but so they kind of happen. Can I say two?
Sure.
Okay. Because they kind of happen like almost back to back. So the thing is, Dak was reading the packet read, and then he hands Chelsea the packet for the next room, and she goes, the kitchen. And she looks over at Dakota, and Tanner loses his shit, and I thought it was hilarious. That was definitely my favorite moment. But then when Chelsea also smacked Dakota, that was awesome. So
my favorite part about that was she like kicked and hit him at the same time.
Yeah, I know, that was awesome.
She was like,
so I'm like, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, Chels.
I love Chels. What about you? What was your favorite moment?
Who doesn't love Chelsea? First of all, okay, if you don't love Chelsea, you can't sit with us.
Facts.
Do you hear that, Tanner? We love Chelsea. LOVE, love her. Not the opposite of that.
I'm like, some people.
Dun dun dun. It was show. What was that? Show anyways.
Bless it.
I don't know what's happening anymore. You're just here at this point. I'm just here at this point. When they split up and Dak and Al went outside and Chelsea and Tanner stayed inside, and I forgot exactly what they said, but they were like with Alex's wrath or something, like, could be worse, and Tanner's like, yeah, we could be stuck with him. I just thought it was funny.
It is funny because
I was like, Al is kind of unpredictable though, so like fair. That's a fair statement.
Is. He scares me. For sure.
He definitely is. Of all of them, scares me the most.
I was about to say, like, some people, they're like, Dakota, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why would you ever be scared of that guy? It's Alex that you need to watch out for.
Dakota's just, like, he's got a lot of crazy-ass ideas and stuff. But he also means well. Like, Alex, like, purposefully tries to get revenge. And that's scary.
Yeah, that's scary within itself.
That can be very scary, especially just the way he goes about things. Sometimes it's like, whew, would not want to be on Al's bad side for sure.
No, me neither.
For sure.
No, hard pass.
Yeah.
And that both of those were from the first episode of the Hinsdale House, by the way.
Correct. Yes. What was your favorite evidence then?
Okay. So my favorite evidence, again, it's from part 2 of the Hinsdale House location. When Alex was asking what happens to people who are... okay, hold on. When they had already separated, and Alex asked, what happens to people who stay here too long? And then on the PS device, it said usually, and then the word pain followed right after. And then lo and behold, not too long after that was caught, Tanner started getting really like intense pain in his neck. After that said that on the PS device, and I thought that was fucking wild. Like, stuff like that, I feel like you can't fucking debunk. Because it's like, that is the most random shit. Like, that's not a coincidence.
Nobody could predict that was going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like, that was insane. So I have to say that was my favorite evidence. I mean, there was a lot of good stuff that came through for sure. So that... I'm curious what your favorite evidence was.
Mine was from part 1. First of all, I'm glad you brought that up because I was like, you don't bring it up. We're bringing it up in honorable mentions because that was crazy to me. In part 1, when Chelsea and Tanner were doing the Estes, I'm just like finding the note again. When they were doing the Estes method, Chelsea and Tanner, and Tanner was like, are we talking to something evil right now? And then Chelsea's like, I'm alive. And then the REM pod goes off. And then it goes, I'm here.
Oh,
that was crazy. That stuff is like, that kind of stuff is crazy to me because it's just like, so like everything is just coinciding all together. And it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's insane. Honestly, like the REM pods were definitely the star of the show this episode, like this location. It was freaking intense. And then, of course, like, because I'm looking through my notes, and I just keep saying REM pod. I know. The Estes method is usually my favorite, like what you were just talking about. But the REM pods were insane this time, so that was really cool. I was looking over some honorable mentions. Maybe I shouldn't read and talk at the same time because apparently I can't do both.
Right. Oh, no. I know. I can't like listen and read at the same time to save my life. So, but like all of the devices were really active here at this location. We're just gonna dive into honorable mentions now because that's what we're doing, and we're running out of time.
Hell yeah, we are running out of time.
Okay. Yeah. So,
you know how the entire time that Chelsea and Tanner, they were in the house while Dakota and Alex were outside on the property, and anytime that they would say the word exorcism, the REM pods would go off. Yes. But I think what blew my fucking mind was when they were Tanner and Chelsea were talking to Dakota over the walkie, and they were like, dude, like anytime we ever say the E word, the REM pods go off. And Dakota was like, E word. And then he goes, oh, exorcism. And then it went off.
But like, I feel like Dakota did that on purpose. I was like, you fucking dick.
I think he did, because it's like, why would you even say that?
Tanner's
Like, that was no. He's like, thanks for that, you fucking asshole. Like, Jesus Christ.
Like, I literally just told you that every time I say that, it goes off, and Dakota's like, exorcism.
It's like, what the fuck is up with that? Like, are you
sick,
serious?
Bro, thanks. Thanks for that.
That's fucking sick. Thank you.
Good grief.
Have you seen, that reminds me real quick, have you seen that girl on fucking you probably haven't, but she had like sent these like voice memos to all these guys on the dating app, and she would say the most random out of pocket thing, and she would end it with thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Nope. Sure haven't.
Oh my god. I probably won't ever be able to find that. That was weeks ago, but
That's
what I was thinking about was just like, thank you. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Gonna say the word after I said, don't fucking say
it. Don't do it. Anyways, so here's an honorable mention for you. My phone auto-corrected Alex's name. Well, I put, because like I was taking my notes, right? So I wanted to make sure I get as much of the info we talk about correct as possible. And so I was like putting like where they were when stuff was happening, and I tried to put Al and Dak Estes method, and my phone autocorrected Al to alone.
What the fuck?
This is alone and Dak Estes method.
Alone.
I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh, it autocorrected Al to alone. I get it now.
That's funny as shit.
I don't know, honestly, but anyways.
Anyways.
I was just like, what is this saying? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So do you think like when Chelsea and Tanner were in the woods and they had the PS device on and it was like warning them, and what all did it say? And it ended up saying bear at the end of it. Hold on, it's in here somewhere. Oh, anger and then rage and then bear.
Oh yeah, I did.
And then they heard distant noise. So I don't know why, but because my brain's weird, I just like envision some bear out there like a couple 100 feet away from him, and he's just like trying to hunt for those deer that Alex and Dakota saw previously, and he's just like stalking these deer, and then he just keeps hearing faint like freaking out from Tanner and Chelsea. And he's like, y'all are fucking up my dinner. Like, can you calm down, please?
Yeah, exactly.
This poor bear's out here, like, trying to hunt for food. And he's like, y'all are scaring off my food. Like, stop.
Dude.
Shut the fuck up.
That reminds me, though, like, as a complete side note, but, like, something that, I mean, don't get me wrong. Woods are scary as is. And especially being from the South and hearing about, like, don't look in the woods at night, like stuff like that. I'm going to tell you, I would never go out there in the woods at night, let alone on a haunted property, let alone in the mountains where there's fucking wildlife like bobcats, bears. Motherfucker, I saw a bobcat the other night in my yard. Okay? Like, just...
Okay.
Like, you think I'm going to go in the woods? They're home. And no, I'm not. Let alone, I mean, it's haunted too. That's all that I was thinking about. Fuck the ghost. I'm thinking about the wildlife that could kill me out here.
That's, or like,
oh,
so also to go along with that though, like the PS device also said hunters, and then Chelsea saw like a flash of light. I'm like, what if there's hunters just roaming around out there and like doesn't see them and like shoots at them? Like, that scares me.
Yeah, the thought of that scares me.
Like, can't see them, but like thinks it's an animal off in the distance and then like shoots in their direction. Like, that's freaky as fuck too.
Yeah, hard pass on that.
Honestly.
Mm-mm. Absolutely not. There was another one that I wanted to mention. Oh, when Dakota and Alex were doing the Estes, they watched them burn on it. And then Alex started getting a burning sensation on his arm. That's freaky as fuck.
I wish he would have checked his arm again a little bit later because I was curious if anything came of that. But I mean, and maybe they did and they just didn't show it because nothing was there. But I was like,
that's a spooky thought.
Spoopy.
Hard pass. I can't.
Also super random. But did you see like when Al and Dak, like when Dak came out of Estes and they were just talking, I could have swore there was like a little bug flying above Dakota's head, which I just thought was interesting because they said, isn't that the room where the bugs just appear sometimes? And wasn't it like in a colder month that they were there too? So I was like, oh, how interesting.
Yeah, that was the room. Did you see that too? I didn't see the bug, but that's actually a good point. So
I found a connecting one.
A connecting one?
Yeah,
okay,
like two different spots that were like connected. So you like when they all split rooms and they all went to like different rooms for like the last hour or whatever. Al in the beginning, so he has a PS device out, right? In the beginning, he's like, what would you prefer happens to this house? And it says myself. And then later on, like closer to the end, he goes, what do you want out of this property? And it said for me.
Yeah, that was weird as
It's
fuck.
like the same kind of question, same kind of answer 2 different times. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that is weird. And
Yeah.
I still don't understand like what they were trying to get at with that.
I
Meaning
kind of wonder
the
if it
spirit.
was one of, I wonder if it was one of like the brothers, like one of the murderers they were talking to.
Ooh,
Because like weren't they
that's a
the
good
ones?
point.
Isn't the story like that they were the first owners of the house, and so like maybe they're just being hella possessive over that property.
That could make sense for sure. Oh, Tanner, okay, after, he had struggled with that headache or whatever for the longest time, and then you saw his hands like turn into like prayer hands, and then he was like, please leave me alone, and he was praying, and then after a while it went away. Like, that's insane.
I know.
Because
I was like, it's kind of cool, but it's also like, whoa.
Yeah, it just shows that it wasn't just like a natural thing. Like, of course, they're on a road trip. They're not getting a lot of sleep. I don't know if they're hydrating the way that they're supposed to. Like, it could be any of that kind of stuff. But the fact that he prayed and then it went away.
Wild. Like, it shouldn't just happen like that if it was a natural occurring event for him.
Exactly.
Like, so, like, as somebody who suffers from migraines all the time, like, I've felt for him, bro, because I obviously don't know what kind of actual pain he was experiencing, but I'm telling you right now, like, actual migraines, like, they can fucking take you out, okay? And they're not just in your head or your temples. Like, mine always radiate to my neck, too, like he was saying. So, like, shit's rough. Like, he was like, I can't even think straight. Like, bro, facts. So...
I can't
and then he,
imagine.
like you said, then he prays and it just goes away. Like, that's not just like, oh, Tanner's getting sick. He has a headache. He has a migraine. Like, no, that's not how that works.
Right, exactly.
I promise I've tried.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad that you brought that up because...
Well, and I have migraines, like, at least, like, all the time. All the fucking time. At least one a week. And that's on a good week. I've, like, recently I've having, and then, like, look, I can't even words now. Having them, like, 2, 3, 4 days a week.
Oof. That's not good. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, well, as you know, it's a Project Fear episode, so it's time for us to bring on a Fear fam member. So take it away, Mads.
Okay. So, I would like to introduce our special Fear fam guest, Bree.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome.
Yeah, crazy mornings. They start off the best days, though.
Yes, literally. Before we started recording with Bree, I was just telling Mads and Bree that freaking tried to record, and Diesel, my dog, is getting into shit in my kitchen, and I was like panicking, so chaos has ensued already.
If it's an indicator of how today's podcast will go, I think we'll have fun.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, Bree, so the Hinsdale House. Tell us your favorite moment from the episodes, please.
I feel like there's so much to unpack in between the two of them. Like, I mean, obviously, I can speak for, like, I feel a bunch of people, because I feel like that's what I've talked to a lot of people about, is, like, them being able to say the E word over the walkie and having the temp gauge go off on the REM pod. And I think I, like, jumped out of my chair, and I was like, oh, shit.
Freaking wild, right?
Yeah, he's like, and then of course I just had to like laugh right after Tanner being like, you son of a bitch. Like,
yeah. See, Mads and I were just talking about that too. Before you got on, we were talking about that moment, and it was like Dakota fucking did that on purpose, the little weasel.
He's like, I'm just out here in the woods getting messed with. You guys can stay in there getting messed with.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, what a weenie.
And I think like some of my other favorite parts, I don't know, I'm just a sucker for the Estes method. So yeah. I think that's like my favorite ever. So having them both do their own rounds of it was really cool.
Yeah. The Estes method has really grown on me over the course of all of this. Like personally, I feel like I would be scared to do it, but it's like a really cool investigative tool that is being used, and I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the most objective, like, and that's weird because it's subjectively like what you're hearing when you're under, but just like having that barrier of the unknown of like, I don't even know what's going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it like lends that much more credible evidence.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. 100%. I love the Estes method. It's so cool. I want to do it.
I'd be like so scared. I'd be like, can I ask the questions? Like, I need to know what's going on around me.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, Mads, I'll do it with you, but you have to go under. I'll ask questions. You go under.
I want to. I don't even want to like do the questions. I want to go under. I want to hear it. Like,
okay. Well, this is we're meant to be together, so let's fucking do it.
Right? You're like, okay, this worked out perfectly. Game plan, initiate.
It does. Let's figure out how to fucking take a recorder with us to Yellowstone when we go, and we'll just go into like the Old Faithful Inn that's supposed to be haunted, and we'll just do an Estes in the lobby with a bunch of random people around.
What are you guys most looking forward to when you go on y'all's trip?
I'm just excited for Mads to come out here and like see my house and meet my parents and like see my whole state and stuff. Really, it's like we could do whatever. Like we could just chill. We don't have to go to Yellowstone, but it's like if you're coming out here and you're that close, I might as well take her, right? So,
why wouldn't you? That's exactly where I think I would want to hit up if I would go out that way. I moved back to the East Coast like 2 years ago, but I lived in Colorado for like 8 years. Nice. And just like that whole mountain range of states over there in the Midwest, like I want to go back every day.
Yeah, the Rockies, just the Rockies in general, like from, Canada all the way down. So pretty.
Absolutely.
What was you saying, Mads?
I'm so excited. Okay, so mostly what I haven't disclosed to like everyone is that when my grandpa was alive, he traveled out west a couple of times, and he said that he loved Wyoming, and he always told me and like my brothers and my mom, who have never been to Wyoming, he's like, you have to see it one day. The Tetons are stunning, and like he loved the Tetons. And so I'm most excited about going and just seeing all of that and, living
kind of
out
like a full circle moment for you.
Yeah. Just, I'm really excited for that. I think he would have been very excited and happy for me if he were here. But yeah, that's what I'm most excited for, I think.
Since you guys aren't going to like cons and stuff from what I've heard like this year, and that you guys are kind of prioritizing doing other things that, make your soul sing, like seeing each other. I think that it's, really cool that that's the travel plans that you'll have.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I know.
Cool. It's cool.
I'm a therapist, if you can't tell. So
I love that. It's cool because it's like we're doing like I mean, all the trips technically are girls trips, right? But we're doing one that's like it's not revolved necessarily around how or why we're friends. It's just us being friends this time. So I'm excited.
Well, I think that's like the coolest thing though, of when a community brings you all together and you have similar interests. Like that's how stuff sparks, but it's not really necessarily like why shit lasts,
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly,
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Gosh, Bree, where you been all our lives?
right here. Well, and I'm actually like not a Project Fear, Destination Fear OG. Like I've only been probably watching since like 2022 when I moved back home, and I like saw it and I was like, oh, this is right up my alley. This entire crew is dope. They're super genuine. I like their energy. And then I was just binging. And then, of course, like any good show that you get into, it gets canceled like the next season. And I was like, what?
Of course, right?
You're like, damn it.
Now what?
Right, so the only reason why I have a YouTube premium membership is just to watch them with no interruptions.
I love that. I still won't. I'm a cheap ass. I still haven't purchased no ads. I'm just like, whatever, I'll suffer through it. But my brother's like, I can give you my login if you want. I'm like, yeah, bitch, fucking bet. He hasn't
I'll
yet,
do that
though.
with other things in my life, but like this, I'm like, no, I need the instant gratification, like right now.
I love that. It's all about balance, right?
Absolutely. Except I wish that I would have had a commercial break before the end of the last episode, just like kind of seeing Tanner being affected, which is just weird because like they don't normally like get like that. I mean, I think the only time would be like what Alex at Hillview and maybe Dakota when he got scratched at Moundsville. So It's just that doesn't happen often. So seeing something that hasn't happened like just few and far between, I was like, oh shit, I was not ready for that.
Right. Well, so that's the thing too, is like, because I watch it with my parents at their house, and I'll be like, should we log into Tade's YouTube? And my mom's like, no, I need the commercial breaks so I remember to breathe. Like, okay. Cool.
It's like when your Apple Watch says like stand up.
Yeah.
Move.
Literally. Can we program it to like...
I need to take those breaks too, but I don't.
Right? We should like figure out how to program your Apple Watch to know that you're watching Project Fear, and it'll be like, okay, breathe again.
It's like the health app. It'll be like, your heart rate is up to like this far. TV is gonna pause.
That's so funny. You know, it gives you like the loud environment notification. It's just like, please calm down. What is happening to you?
Yeah, fucking chill. It's Fear Friday. I know it is. This happens every week. Calm down.
Starts throwing you an error every week. It's like every Friday at this time you get really elevated heart rate and shallow breathing. What is going on? You should probably consult your physician.
Report.
Yeah.
It'll send you your monthly report, and just like the only health activity that you have that's so spiking like you're doing cardio is like Fridays at like 2:45 Eastern time.
The damn specifics of it.
Yo, we should start this though and get rich though. I'm just saying. How do we design an app?
Oh, I'm signing up. Yeah, I'm not doing the designing, but I'll sign. I'll
Okay,
sign up.
Sick. We'll figure it out.
Give me part of the patent and we'll call it even.
Okay. We got this. We'll figure it out somehow, some way.
Oh, I was thinking too, I let my 4-year-old watch with me, and he doesn't understand the concept of like when they go live or like when Tanner's live in the club or whatnot. When we lived in Colorado, all my family's on the East Coast, so he's so used to talking to somebody on my phone, like through FaceTime or a screen. So he'll be there shouting like, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. Mom, why aren't they talking to me? I'm like, dude, because it's not FaceTime.
Aww.
And then Tanner and Alex get on a live once, and I just like post in the chat like, give my toddler a shout out, and they were like, hey Royce, and he's like, Mom, they are talking to me. So now his confusion like grows even further.
Poor little
That's
guy.
hilarious.
Cute though.
It's like, why did it happen this one time but like not anymore?
Mom, they don't see me now.
He gets home from daycare on a Fridays and he's like, Mom, let's watch ghost hunting. I'm like, hell
Okay.
yeah, bitch, it's Fear Friday, let's go.
That is so cute.
I love that. That is cute.
I know he wants little merch and I don't have little merch. I'm gonna wear down Star Cadet one day and be like, please, just toddler clothes, please.
Yeah. I think maybe if you message Rachel from Star Cadet, she might be able to hook you up somehow with a custom.
I know that one of the girls in the Fear Club, like her, I don't think he's like a toddler, but maybe like 6 or 7 or something like that, has one, and they're like so stinking cute and they're matching Fear gear. I'm like, yes, please.
I think it might be Amanda. Our friend Amanda. I saw she did
Kayla
that.
has it too. Kayla's her name. I don't know what her last name is, but she's one of the group chat members that I have, you know, because now I'm like, ooh, I have friends.
Of course you got friends, girl. This is the Fear fam. Like, what up?
Right? I'm like, I have friends that I can talk about with all of this stuff because everybody else looks at me like, what? Why do you do this? Why do you like this?
Because it's fun.
Oh my
okay? I
gosh.
don't know.
It's true though. Like when all of this first started, when Destination Fear first came out and I was like watching it, I was trying to get any of my friends, any of them to just watch it with me. And some of them
look at
would.
you like 2 heads, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, I just need somebody to talk about this stuff with, and lo and behold, here comes Burgy. That's her walking sound effect.
It's nice cool, because then we get to do these things, right? Like, nobody else around us wants to, so we'll just all hang out in different parts of the country and talk about it at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know what's funny is like you grow up and they're like, don't meet people on the internet, don't talk to strangers, blah blah blah, and then here I am, like 2 years ago, so 26. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna fly across the country to meet strangers from the internet.
Completely alone. You did it alone.
Penhurst and Jersey. I'm going to both, and I think I want to try to go to Madison too. It's the only nice thing about living like on the East Coast, at least like Northeast, is that everything is so close. You know, so it's like a 2 hour to maybe like 5-6 hour drive to get into like, I don't know, 10 different haunted locations. Like Cambria County Jail was like right by my middle school. I live 20 minutes from Crescent. Like, it's just all this like paranormal bed up here. So it's really nice to be back on this coast. And I was talking to another one of the Fear Fam members, right? Her name's Becca. We talk probably every day, and she lives in Canada. And I'm like, so when are like we coming to visit each other? And I'm like, Mom, hey, I need to update my passport. Will you watch my child? I got spooky shit to do.
I love that.
Oh, I love
so what you're
so
saying
much.
is we should come visit you.
Absolutely. I think the closest, besides Cambria County and Crescent, I think the closest is Hillview Manor's, like an hour and 45 minutes. Sweet Springs, less than 3. I just went to Ohio State Reformatory in November, and that was like 4 hours. So, and I went to Moundsville the month after that because it's like 3 hours. So there's just so many things right. I'm like in the middle of all of it.
That sounds hella cool. First of all, oh my God. I do live close to Sweet Springs. I'm about like 4.5 hours from Sweet Springs, but I can't think of anything.
That's our meetup spot, like in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
I just need people to do it with now. I have 2 that like would want to, but they got lives and stuff. And not that I don't, but this is a like big part, I feel like, of mine. So I'm like, all the time I'm like, let's plan a trip. Let's go somewhere. Make sure it's spooky.
I do have a friend out here that like she used to live in Casper and now she lives in Sheridan, which is like 2-ish hours away. When she was in college, they actually did a ghost hunting class at the college here. So like they would give you equipment to use, and so she got her hands on like some recorders and I can't remember everything she had, but she worked at a museum, an art museum here at the time, and so we went in there at like 10 p.m. at night. Like we weren't supposed to be there, but she took us in there and we were just like walking around trying to like catch some ghosties and shit. And we actually caught like something laughing at us on the digital recorder, but
freaky.
She's always hitting me up. She's like, oh, can you do this and this? And I'm like, no, I can't. I'm like out of PTO this year. Otherwise I would. She's like, damn it. I really wish I could find somebody to go to this stuff with. Cause they'll be like, up in Montana, sometimes they do ghost things like, the Montana State Prison is up there and whatnot, or like we have the old Rollins prison here in Wyoming, and I'm just like, sorry bro, I really would if I could, but I don't have the PTO to take time off.
That's why America sucks. I'm like, can we just get like unlimited vacations, like 3 months out of the year, so we can go do the things that we love? I mean, not knocking on the country at all, but in that respect, I kind of am.
Right. Well, it's like I need sick time, I need vacation time, and I need ghost hunting time. Can you give that to me, please? Thank you.
Right? Like, is there a PTO time that's designed just for my hobbies?
That would be sick.
I'm like, I'll pour it into that account all day. You want me to work an extra day? Sure.
Exactly. Though.
Do you guys ghost hunt often? Like on your own, or, if you can, find a friend to do it with you?
Nope.
No,
sure don't.
And we want to, like, okay, so when we went to Penhurst, we got to explore, the Mayflower building, really. And it was so cool. And after we had left there, I was like, why do we not go and, like, ghost hunt more often? Because, we were there in broad daylight, and it was terrifying. Like, it was so scary. But it was so cool to see in person.
The main answer, really,
I'm not normally like on that side of the state very often, so I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah, it's cool. But the main thing, honestly, right now is for Mads and I to like link up to go to these things is just so expensive because we're so far away, and then having to get to wherever we would go. at the time. But like maybe, I don't know, maybe 2025 we could have a trip that's just for like visiting some locations and stuff.
Hell yeah.
That'd be sick.
Absolutely. Well, and I'm sure like no matter what you guys like choose to do, like it'll be fun, and whatever you can make happen, you'll make happen.
Exactly.
That's like my I went to Ohio State Reformatory. I think that was in November. Yeah, November. It was like daytime and it was really super creepy, but we just were on a tour. Like we didn't even do a public ghost hunt later that night. We didn't do anything besides take some pictures, go on the tour, and 5 minutes into this dude talking, and I'm like getting uncomfortable. Like my back is starting to like itch. And so I was there at the time with like my then boyfriend, and I was like, check this out. And he's like, you're scratched. Like, did you just scratch yourself? I was like, no, dude. Like, is this real? Is this for real? And as we kept going on the tour, we got into this huge empty room, paint's falling everywhere. I'm like not feeling good. I just probably walked up like 4 flights of stairs, and sometimes that gets me winded. So I was like, oh, maybe it's that. But I'm like, can't breathe. And I'm looking out the window, and our tour guide was like, oh yeah, this was like the TB ward of the hospital. And I was like, ugh. It was like the moment that Tanner had at the end of the episode where he was like, no bullshit, this actually did happen. Like I was thinking it, but I didn't know, like that was kind of the experience that I had there. And I was like, we'll table Ohio State Reformatory and come back to you another time, like well into the future.
Well into the future.
Yeah. I need to recover from that one for a minute.
For sure. And like, nothing really great comes out of Ohio. So
yeah, like the freaking Gromplins in Toledo. I don't know if you know about that, but
no, educate me.
Oh my god! So
what video was that?
It was a Blue Balls video. That's where like the Project Fear guys, they would go and like hit some balls for fun. So whatever. But they did this bit where they said that there were Gromplins in Toledo, Ohio, and then they gave us a rundown of what a Gromplin is. And honestly, I can't even remember everything. I should send you the video afterwards for you to watch it with the timestamp of the Gromplins, but it was hilarious.
Duchess.
Is this one gonna have like nightmares about Ohio?
Oh, apparently Duchess has nightmares of Gromplins in Toledo, Ohio. That's what she's
right?
saying
like,
now.
Mom, do not go to Ohio. Stop talking about it.
Don't bring any Gromplins
Don't leave
back with
me.
you. This is like Jeopardy music time. Do, 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 do.
I know. I was actually just looking at my phone and I saw your follow request on there. I was like, oh, hey.
I know. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm just really bad at socials sometimes, being an adult and stuff. Sometimes like the work week just really drains you. So by the time you get home, you're like, I don't even want to look at anybody, talk to no one, nothing. I'm just
Amen.
No, nothing at all. I feel like I've been on it too because I had this surgery on my foot in December, and it's just like not healing the way that it's supposed to. Mm-hmm. And I was in the gym. I had a schedule. It was 4 times a week, and I'm like, I can barely go up and down the stairs with this fucked up foot. So I feel like most of my time then, when I'm just sitting here not being able to do jack shit, I'm on something.
But I feel I also go to the gym 4 times a week. So is it like you're like, dang it? I would be so sad because like the gym,
you get into the groove and end up getting like disciplined, and that's super hard. And then something takes you out of it, and then you literally can't. Like I can't get back into it just yet. I can do certain things, and I'm doing them, but it's just not the same after you get off your groove.
Yeah, well, it's like weird because that's like I don't know if you were like this before, but I'm like weirdly addicted to it now, right? Like I'm addicted to my results I'm seeing. I'm addicted to sore muscles. Like it's kind of like, do I have a problem?
It's the dopamine wrong your with brain's me. Like, yeah, give me more.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
I will say I have not I didn't know that I was gonna appreciate my body in any form that it was in until I couldn't do stuff and wanted to.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So it was something that you got to slow down and really think about things, kind of reflect. I'm like, okay, I'm thankful that I can do the limited stuff that I can do. And now I'm going to be even more thankful that when I get back to doing that stuff, that I can actually move my body the way that I want to.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. It's kind of cool though, in a weird way, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like my body was like, you slow down, bitch. Like that was my mantra for 2024 was like, slow down.
Yeah.
And my body was like, got you.
Your body's
I will
like, you
force you to do
fucking
this.
bet, bro. Yeah, I'll make this happen for you.
It's why the heart rate that I do have only intensifies on Fridays.
Your poor watch. Your watch is like, I can't figure you out. I can't figure you out, Bree. What's going
Like,
on?
are you wearing this the other 6 days of the week? This one day you do this?
Oh no.
What were y'all's takes on the episode overall?
Well, it was a freaking doozy, that's for sure. I think it was kind of, I don't know the exact word to use, but like in comparison to going 3 weeks with content where it was like Cody and Satori and then going back into the investigation stuff, it was kind of like, whoa. And a lot of stuff was happening at this location as well. So it was just kind of maybe overwhelming is the right word. It was just kind of like, whoa, there's just a lot going on here. That was me personally. It was also kind of spooky. So
Yeah,
as usual, but
it's cool that like such a small structure in a sense. I mean, I guess they have the whole property too, but it's like so many things have happened and it's just like such a small building because they go to these huge ass buildings all the time usually, and it's like they can't really like explore the whole thing, but now they just have this little house and like the woods surrounding it, and so I don't know, it's just wild to me. And then how all of the evidence ties in together too is always cool to me. How like it's like cool but creepy at the same time. It's like almost, it's like validating, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that from like what you were saying of just it being like this grounds for like death and all of these things, like when Alex gets grave come across whatever device he was using at that time, I was like, that totally makes sense.
That was kind of like spine tingling almost. I was like, ooh, gross.
Yeah, and
like gross in
when
a good way.
that goes under too, and like just those cryptic responses, like the land's so like ancient and has so much death, it's like no wonder that that's what would be coming across as just this like cryptic way of speaking if you're dealing with something that's so old.
So like was that your favorite evidence then, or
I think my favorite evidence would be Dak coming across the walkie and saying exorcism and the temp gauge go off, because it's almost like you could feel like holy shit, that just really happened. So that was probably my favorite overall between the 2 episodes.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
it's just like he's just like, I'm not in the house, I don't have to deal with the consequence of saying that word. Because Tanner's like, right? Every time we say the E word, Dakota, exorcism.
like, dude, what the fuck?
Right, like we're gonna throw down later.
Yeah.
Be like running out of the house into the woods. No thanks, sir. You go.
Deadass. He deserves to be. I think we should fight him. I think
fight Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could fist fight him.
He deserves it.
Yeah, Berg's getting all strong in the gym.
Yeah. I know exactly.
Did you see my bicep photo the other day? I got this. I got us, guys.
I did. I was like, girl's getting definition.
I was even shocked at myself. I was like, when did that happen?
Just popped up overnight. Ate your
Look, I'm Popeye. No. I'm not eating spinach though. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh, why not?
I don't know. Like,
are you following any type of like, I don't know, healthy food stuff, or are you just kind of like being mindful and like doing the workouts?
So the biggest problem for me is I have literally all the food allergies, right? So I can't eat fucking anything that's like supplemental or whatever. Like, so people, people, it sounded like I said pee. Sorry. Okay, anyways, I'm a child. I'm a fucking child. Pee. People like they'll take the protein supplements and they'll do like protein shakes and shit. Like I can't have any of that. So my main focus is protein intake, which is so fucking hard, dude. Like when you can't have nothing that's extra and you just have to do it like all naturally. Protein intake and water intake. It's hard. I mean, it's possible. I've had days where I've had 120 grams of protein in a day from just like eating like this is so stupid. So my mom, like one time I went to her house and she made pizza for us, and so she had like this gluten-free crust, and then we can't have cheese, so we just put like, she basically calls it toppings on a cracker. Let's put pizza sauce and like veggies and shit on there. And I was like, you didn't put any protein on this. And she's like, well, I have ham in the fridge. And so I grabbed 2 slices of ham and put the little pizza between the 2 slices of ham. And
you gotta get it wherever you can get it.
I know, exactly. And I was like, it's a little ham pizza sandwich. Like the ham was the bread parts. My dad's like, what are you, menu? A fucking carnivore? And I was like, basically.
You're gonna make up your own menu so that you can get all of the protein that you need to in all these crazy ways.
And literally, dude, it's insane. But yeah, just mostly protein and water intake. Like I drink a gallon of water a day is like the main thing for me. And then I'm just like really have to stick to my workout routines. I don't do cardio though. I hate cardio. I fucking hate it. I just lift weights. I just do weight workouts.
Yeah, most of mine is like strength training is really all it's ever is.
Mm-hmm.
Strong.
It's just what works for me. Because this is like the 3rd time in my life where I've been like a gym rat, a gym girly, but like I've been the most disciplined this time. So I've over, by trial and error, I've discovered that like weightlifting and HIIT workouts and stuff like that, that's just what works for my body. Everybody's kind of different,
Right.
Like Mads has said before, cardio is what works for her.
Yeah, definitely. I have to do cardio, but when I go to the gym, I'm doing it with one thing in mind, and it's to lose weight. So
yeah, well, so that was my goal too initially when I started, because COVID hit, and then everybody would gain the COVID-15 or whatever you want to call it,
and more than that for me.
But just like my family history, I just like basically I just want to be healthy, right? Like I want to be the best me I can be, and I want to be healthy. And if you don't do it now, then when you're in your like 60s and stuff, it's gonna catch up to you, right? So I just wanted to be healthy and I wanted to lose weight, and then just trial and error. You just got to figure out what works for you and then stick to it, and don't plateau. That's the hard part too. Is a lot of people they tend to plateau, and you got to just continue to push yourself to continue to get to where you want to be, and then maintain.
Yeah, it's so hard. You said, Matt, that's kind of like is that like your barrier to working out? Is that like, that's the first thought in your head of like, oh, I'm doing this to lose weight?
Yeah, for the most part. I want to get to like, this year, my goal has been to get healthier because of like the whole COVID thing. Like I want to get back to like pre-COVID body, if that makes sense. So that's my goal this year, is to lose weight. But overall, I want to have like a more healthier like balance with like going to the gym and working out without the thought of it just being for weight loss, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, because it's not fun then. It's like just this like evil means to get to where you really want to be. And that's kind of like how that was my barrier for such a long time. Having like a weird relationship with exercise. Like it was always to be skinny, to look like somebody else, or to be the best like basketball player or like track thrower, or whatever that it was. It was never just to do it because it's healthy and it's good for you and your body deserves to move and you feel so much better and sleeps better and moods better. Like no one ever really talks about like those clear positive benefits that everybody gets. And I feel like we just always really focus on like, what are we going to get out of it that other people are going to validate? And it's just like, as soon as you get it out of your mind and like you pair it with a different perspective and use that as your motivation, I think that's what really changed for me, to enjoy it and not feel like, oh, begrudgingly, I gotta go.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that too, Bree, because I was going to kind of bring that up too. Like, not only like sleep and like I don't know if you have mood swings or whatever, it's like, it really does help with all of that stuff too. But also like for me and my migraines, my neck muscles always end up affected by my migraines. So like in a weird way, strengthening them and like working out kind of like helps aid with that a little bit. And then there's like so many other benefits to it too. I kind of lost my train of thought, sorry, but it, like basically everything you've said. I was like, I don't know where I was going with that now. It's like I had more than just the migraine piece of it too, but and it's just
it's really like, empowering, you know, like I feel like especially as women, and that's like what I get when I'm strength training, is just this feeling of empowerment, and I could like kick someone's ass. Like if I'm doing cardio, it's kickboxing, and I just feel like somebody in an action movie at that point. And it's just something that happens inside my body where I'm like, I feel really empowered to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, but thank you for bringing that up, because like when I do work out, like I have to envision myself being like the baddest fucking bitch ever and being like, yeah, like I'm an Avenger or some stupid shit like that. Like I have to I have to place myself in like a better place to kind of motivate me. So I'm not just like, fuck, I have to do this. I have to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
The thing is, though, you have to do what you have to do to get it done. And if that's what works for you, then, like, there's no problem with any of that.
Hell yeah. Sometimes I'll, blast the music and pretend I'm in a music video like I'm the main girl. So it just depends on the vibes for the day. Like, I'm an Avenger one day. The next time, the hot main girl in a rap video. Like,
hell yeah.
You know what else is funny too is like the other day, so my friend Ryan, she goes to the gym with me, and we were talking the other day at the gym. But she's like, my friend told me that, she's like, no homo, but your butt looks great right now. And she's like, hell yeah, it does. And I was like, fuck yeah, Ryan, like own that shit. Like we've been working for that shit. And like you can look.
Compliments are so much better when they come from women than they are.
100%. 100%.
Facts. You're saying you're like, I'm hot because you noticed the change.
Exactly.
And a girl's comment's going to stay in my mind much more than his comment forever.
Oh, yeah. Also, cool, too, though, when people, like validate, like, your progress. You do this all the time. Sometimes you start to, like, lose your motivation and your hope a little bit. You're like, am I making progress? Am I seeing changes? And then somebody just comes along and, like, validates that for you. Then you just get, like, re-motivated. You're like, fuck yeah, it's working.
Yeah, well, it's so hard to see those little changes every day when you're the one looking at you all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna start a gym membership for Fear Fam members where we all just go and strength train together so that when we go ghost hunt together, we can run out of there as fast as possible.
We honestly should, though. Like, we should start a Fear Fam gym club. Like,
Planet Fitness is all over, gonna partner up with us to do a specific membership package. And then afterwards, Hot Pockets is gonna get on it and say, here's your after gym reward.
We'll get a whole like discount code and everything.
Yeah, like fuck Factor being the promo on the videos. It's Hot Pockets.
Yeah, it's Hot Pockets.
And Planet Fitness.
That's hilarious.
Let's fucking
dude. Hot Pockets fuck hard. I love Hot Pockets. They're so good.
Dude, I missed
live last night. Alex is like, they have breakfast ones and lunch ones and dinner ones. I'm like, motherfucker, I am not eating Hot Pockets every day. Like this would you rather stuff. I'm like, it's putting me in a very precarious situation if I ever get on a live and asked a question like that. But definitely no to the Hot Pockets. Like
definitely no to the Hot Pockets.
Dude, the last one last night where they were like, would you rather have to like catch a squirrel or some bullshit? And then something about, or you would have to like fart every time you walk into a room. I'm like, what?
Announce that you
fucking fart. What kind of fucking question? Like, what is that?
Shit?
Well, this is what happens when Chelsea is not there. There's no monitoring. There's
exactly.
No bringing them back. And I'm like, did all these come from Tanner's head? Like, who wrote this down in this notebook, sir?
It had to have been an Alex question. I swear to God. That's
He's just so
crazy.
Proud of his answers. He had to have had some sort of in.
That's what I'm thinking, 100%. Because that shit's just off the wall, kind of what the fuck bullshit is that?
Somebody was high when they thought of that one.
Yeah, probably.
I had such a good time talking with you all.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. That went by way fucking fast, though. I'm like, shit, it's already been 50 minutes. How the fuck? Okay.
I told you, we were going to have fun today, and we did.
Yeah. Smooth and easy. All right, Bree, well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a blast. I can't believe it's over already.
I know, it was so fun. Anytime y'all want to talk again, you just let me know.
Yeah. I'm hit absolutely. You up about gym shit now, so be prepared for that.
Hell yeah.
Girl, this is my workout today.
Right, we're just badass superheroes that are in rap music videos all the time.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. I could totally get behind that.
Rap videos all the time.
Pretend I'm the female Eminem.
Dead ass.
You just come in like pretending to box with your hood up.
Yeah. I can do it. It's fine. Funny. I got this. Okay, sick. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll have to get you back on at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll know where I am, so reach out whenever and have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
Thank you. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Overall, considering how we felt when we started, I think this was great. Love it.
Yeah, I actually feel like this was a really good episode of Fear Babes.
Bree was a blast to talk to. I love that.
Yeah, it was.
We found our energy somehow, some way. So now it's gone
Yeah,
for the rest
shout
of
out
the day.
Bree.
Thanks, Bree.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So yeah, next week, I guess we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing next week. Don't have anything planned yet, but we got a week to figure it out. So we got this.
We got this. We got this. So also for the record, you guys should totally check out our Patreon because we are uploading content every single day. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, extra photos that we've never posted, all that kind of fun stuff. Videos, like the most crazy ass private videos that we've never posted ever. Like all this other kind of random ass
inappropriate.
It sounds inappropriate, but I promise it's not. It's
mostly just stupid fucking like Snapchats and shit that nobody else has ever seen.
Dumb shit, just absolutely dumb shit. But like, yeah, nobody's ever seen it because it's personal stuff. So yeah, so check it out.
Basically, if y'all thought I was weird before, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Amen. Amen.
Honestly, though, I take like when people are like, "You're so weird," I'm like, "Thank you." Like that's a compliment to me.
Honestly, it is. Like that's not even an insult at this point.
No, like I like being weird. It's fun, okay? Leave me alone. Gosh.
Suck my toes.
Oh. I'll talk about it later. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot to talk about later now that I think about it.
Fuck. Okay, cool. Let's get this over with so we can go talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, Patreon. $5 a month. All the cool shit, all the secrets, more in-depth of us. So, yeah.
Podcast episodes, longer, unedited. We're spilling secrets about like stuff that we don't want to get into on a public platform, such as our relationships.
Some of secrets from the cons we've been to and whatnot, like untold stories that nobody else has heard yet. The last unedited podcast, the last Fear Babes After Dark, we told the secret about something that happened, and like like Dakota and Tanner were there, but they had no idea what was going on, and me and Mads are being fucking dumb, and it was just like they're involved but they're not involved. It's not like, don't worry, crew, it's our own fucking bullshit, okay?
Exactly. It's our own stupid shit. Like if anybody knew what we shared on there except like our Patreon listeners, they would be like,
y'all are stupid. You guys are fucking dumb.
But it's pretty funny. It's pretty fucking funny.
Still laugh about it, so.
Yeah, oh, me too.
Just randomly think about it. I'm like, we're fucking dumb.
Yeah, dead ass. I mean, you know, it's whatever. On that note, I guess it's time to say goodbye.
So long, farewell to you, my friend. That's not even my thing. We can't steal it. Okay. Anyways, bye, babes.
Bye, babes.
Catch you later.
I bet that sounded way better, probably like to me than it came off.
No, it always sounds good. Yours always sound good.
I'm not always.
I sound like a fucking dying mouse. Yeah.